Oh, it will be glorious. 7 counters. Now you can say that the Grand Evolution has won us this game. Like, hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that you probably never expected on this channel. I think it's pretty decent, I think you will like it, and it's definitely very fresh. It's one of those Shigeki decks that you probably missed and have forgotten. What is the good part about playing, white and green without the blue? Because it's very similar to Bant Control. You can go things like Vorinclex. Outside of the all cool stuff and, big creature, yay, you search for 2 forest cards. Not basic lands, not lands, 2 forests specifically. So if you go 3 color, you cannot really use this. So that's why we want 2 colors. And coincidentally, we have more forests than anything else. Vorinclex is really strong card because it lets you just build up your mana base. And usually when you play it on 5, I'm usually not having any land, so I instantly play one of the lands. On the next turn I have another land, and it's basically 2 mana. Guess what? It can be a card from Backbuster, it can be a card from Shigeki, so you very quickly trade this into value back. And this is how we win against most of the decks, because we are playing very similarly to a midrange deck. We have pretty powerful cards on every spot of the gameplay. But later, you can absolutely go infinite with Shigeki, and suddenly you play a heavy control deck that just doesn't run out of threats. It's also good, you don't run counter spells, right? You can have worse matchup against control decks, but look at this, Shigeki. It's not a spell, it's a channel ability. It cannot be countered by nearly everything. So it means you can get those back, and those cards back from the graveyard for a lot of mana, and your opponent needs to use counter spells again and again, and every card multiple times. We have also things like Conduit of Wars. You will see it in action, and yeah, I like the card. It's very, very slow, but when you can get it going, especially if you have lands in your graveyard and you instantly get a free land for this, so it's kind of a ramp spell, and from the next turn it starts to go. It's pretty good, and we have a lot of permanents, because of course it lets you cast basically 1 spell a turn that is a permanent from your graveyard. And we went double Blast Zone. It's not extremely useful very often, but sometimes you are stuck with 12 lands and no value. Then Blast Zone becomes one of the best cards in your deck, and it's very easy to hit multiple stuff against aggressive decks. You will see that this card has won us some games. So, with Titania's command we can search for specific lands, so that's why we have Mirex and Blast Zone. We can just search for them if we need and get some free value. So, this is the deck. I really hope you will like it. I really enjoyed playing with this one. It plays very different than the other control decks, and it's decent enough that it can run queue up in Mythic. So I call it a win. I hope you will enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. It really supports the channel, and I'm really thankful, especially for all the new bros that are part of the channel. So if you are new, welcome, and if you are long-term viewer, thank you, bro. Really thank you. And yeah, let's go into games and have some fun. Oh boy, this is pretty darn bad hand. Is this mulligan bad or just ultra bad? I mean, we have the Sunfall, and that's basically the only good part about it. Alright, I will mulligan it, because the previous hand was truly awful, man. Do I like Mirex? I kinda like Mirex. We can start with this one into Mirex, into Farm Land, into Bankbuster. The fact that we have Bankbuster is really good here. Alright, big decision time. Tear Asunder absolutely destroys us. I hope he doesn't play it. Some solid strategy right there. Melira, alright, that's fine. So this will be a deck that doesn't really kill Bankbusters. So, for this reason, we can go for Vorak. We hit our land drop for... Man, I love Vorak. Finally, I'm actually able to play my lands. I don't need the next mana, so we can go for the tap land. And now we can activate... Do I really want to be aggressive? Am I actually aggressive here? Normally I don't win on board against this deck. Oh boy. Let's try it. That's not how I usually play, but it seems a bit fun, so let's try it. And with Farewell we always have a reset button. And I think it sends a good message. Maybe they will start playing a little bit more defensive. Probably not, but I think it's worth a try and we'll see how it ends. At the end, yeah, alright, so we know. We should be defensive, that wasn't good play. Honestly, they usually don't play geeks. But I guess if that's the Abzan version with Talia, yeah, I guess it makes more sense. Alright, so bad play on my part, not the first time, not the last. I think we go for the Vorak because we need to hit all the 6 mana at some point. I could also proliferate, but it's not worth it. Let's hit the land. And we don't have anything to do with the mana, so we play it like this, and we learned our lesson. We were coached by our opponent, and now we know how to behave. We will be blocking, for sure. This is pretty decent situation. Is it Talia? It's probably Talia. It will be rough because we don't have no, basic lands, so our farewell will come one turn later. But at least we have good Wall of War. Man, Vorak is really good card, man. Oh boy. You're a monster. I didn't draw a single card with this Bankbuster. I hate it, thank you. Oh, that's really aggressive, man. That's an interesting one. He might have another Geeks, wants to clear the board. I think that maybe we save the geek. Oh, he will sacrifice Maria, but then we have blocker for the next turn. I don't mind it. It's not the worst. Let's go for the Blast Zone. We have some choices then. We can either go Mirex token or just Blast Zone. Honestly, Mirex token is not great because generally we will sweep probably at some point. I expected another Geeks. I thought the play that he's making is just to clear the board, right? And then he plays another Geeks and gets the value. Cool. So it's Talia. Talia, Talia, Talia. Alright, I will kill the Talia. So he gets the clue, but I would guess he will try to play more. It's definitely more than one, so let's go to 2. Skrelf is a thing, but probably 3. 3 or 4 should be the sweet spot. We are definitely overdrawing lands, man, like crazy. I mean, like, we are getting some from Vorak. Don't write the comment, it's fine, alright? Alright, and I mean, we could farewell, but it's not high value. Their deck really doesn't handle farewell very well. Oh, yes, please. Oh boy, that helps me so much. Like, I know it helps him, but how? Like, he can play infinity creatures, I will still cast my farewell, and he will still have nothing. So all the cards are basically for, Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, this is exactly more in line with what I expected. But he needs to go to 8, right? This will be interesting. Mirex, not really right? With Vigilance it's not great. It's much better to threaten him that I can remove his board. Both are trim converted mana costs, so that's not exactly what he wants. Oh, do I have lands? No. You know what? That's actually pretty legit. But then I cannot do the thing. I think we have to clear the board, man. It's getting scary, and don't forget we can get back the Blast Zone on the next turn with Conduit of Worlds. So Tyvar stand on Geeks, right? That's the play. Alright. Some pain to the face, and if he wants to draw the cards, it might get even worse. Alright, but Farewell names the archetypes, right? So artifacts, creatures, there is no battles. Like, I'm so used to Farewell exiling everything, I forgot this is not an enchantment or a creature. Not yet, at least, so we can safely play the battle. Vorinclex, alright. It's definitely a creature. Alright. I think he knows that we might have some kind of sweeper, and he plays pretty cautiously, which is annoying. Also, he left the mana for the cargo, so... Oh, that's a really good draw, man. Let's see. So, exile effect means that Tyvar stand won't help, and he cannot protect this board. I don't think they have any kind of effects in those cores that can, you know, protect the board. Alright, we get the thing. It has summoning sickness, so don't get too excited. But in like 2 turns we can kill him on board. Right, he gets the clue. Okay, for some reason, like, when I see exile effect, it was like, did I not name artifacts? And it was like, yeah, you couldn't, because that's not the card, you dummy. Alright, so, Fire Axiom, sure that, my favorite Fire Axiom ever. What are the permanents? Vorax and Bangbusters. Those are pretty serious ones, especially that we can... Alright, we do this. If you haven't cast a spell, you may cast... So for one, yeah, let's draw. Emperor is a nice draw, overall. I think we go for Vorinclex, so we can keep playing clans. You know, it's something big, so it gives us more time. He could remove him and then play, like, keep attacking. But I still get my forests, which means that I will have way more mana on the next turn, because I would already miss the land drop. And of course we cannot do anything on this turn. What is the ultimate? Mill 10 cards, put up to 2 creature cards. I'm not sure if it's worth it for us. I mean, it is if we can survive a lot of turns, but... Oh, you know what's the cool combo? You can turn it into a enchantment saga. It stops being a creature, then you farewell, and then it comes back at some point. But you need a casual... Oh my god, 8 mana? Are you serious? That's a lot of mana. Death Touch. And maybe we just... No geeks, so he doesn't really get too much value. Maybe we just chomp block. And then Vorinclex dies. Oh, I want to attack him, man. How can we do it? Is there any smart way? We can use Emperor, of course, but they just trade, it's not good. Yeah, I think it's better. It's probably the best value we will get. He can go for Tyvar stun, but that's actually even better, because he's dealing damage to himself. He's not making any kind of progress in the board. And I just wanted my 2 forest men. That's the only reason I'm playing Vorinclex. I want my lands, man. Is that yeah, it's really obvious, isn't it? But we'll still try it. You know, it's so fishy that sometimes they might try. We don't care about this trade, of course. And I mean... graveyards? Probably not. No enchantment, just checking. So let's get rid of the creatures and sweep the board again. And on the next turn we have some nice neat plays. And he should be running low on Tyvar's stance at this point. Talia is probably not the way. I will say. Alright, 1 card, but that's fine because we have Emperor. So on the next attack we can play her. Shigeki, pretty darn good, man. But I still want my Vorinclex. Alright, let's check the mana. Yep, that's a correct one. It also looks like Mirex a little bit better, so I kinda like it. Man, just give me my forest, alright? That's all I expect from this game. And with Emperor we should be absolutely fine. So he cannot really attack us anymore. He dies on the next turn, because he paid life for the underdog. Of course he has the removal. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And if not this forest, we wouldn't be able to cast the Emperor and he would get the stuff. Alright, I wanted to click it fast so he doesn't, you know, think that maybe, just maybe, it's an Emperor. Hi. No blocks. Oh, he will enjoy the next turn. Alright, good game, my friend. Nicely played. In all honesty, he played really well around stuff. And he had waves of the creatures, right? So he every time played like 2 or 3 big creatures that he knew we have to answer. We swept, he made another one and another one, but we drew just too many sweepers. Alright, not exactly the best hand in all honesty. March is the only good part of it. On the draw, man. But we have Bankbuster, so we basically play a 5-lander for the early game. But I hope it will be enough. Our opponent with extremely aggressive start, drawing Bankbuster, basically as bad as it gets. Even land would be better. So, right now we are in extreme disadvantage. Duress, sure, March. March is the only card that matters. And he took the wrong one in my opinion, so we are loving it. I could get rid of this, but I think Bankbuster is just way better. Like, we need to draw into some sweepers, man, before we die. I could also go for March, but he's shown Duresses, so I'm a bit scared, you know? I will take this 2 damage, and hopefully we can start doing some cards. And on the next turn we can March, right? Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. There is maybe a reason to go March on this to buy time. It's not as bad, man. Let's see the attack, of course. This will turn, right? No, we will play the Bankbuster, so it's fine. I just want to be a bit mana efficient because I'm already a bit behind, it feels. Like, we did not have enough interaction. I'm so happy he didn't take the March, because we won't lose to lack of value overall. We have enough colored mana. Painland. No, we don't even have the Painland. So, we could Fateful Absence the Trespasser, which honestly is probably the best. But what about Shorded? Alright. Shorded convinced me. So we are playing the Bankbuster, not because it's good, because it's not, but just because we don't want to switch into the nighttime, so we have a bit more time. Like 3 or 4 damage matters, you know? No creatures, right? Good. With the, you know, Okibarek on the right, it would hurt much more. No fear for the Emperor, sure. Like, if anything, we just kill at the end step and start drawing cards, right? Also... Oh, I want the land for Vorinclex. Oh, I want the land so much. Please give me the land for Vorinclex, even though I have it in the hand. Because I'm a dummy. Alright, so he decided to switch. Oh boy, you know he will have something at the end step and he will just kill it. Alright, if he was so eager to just flip it, I think we'll play differently. With double Bankbuster we should be able to find some answers. He should attack now. And that's a correct choice. We do not care about the triggers. Let's see, maybe he fears the Emperor? No fear for the Emperor. Nobody plays this card, right? And I mean, let's target. We can discard the land. This is one of the good things about the whole situation, right? Because generally, you don't like discarding cards, but with things like Vorinclex, Vorak, you have so many lands in the hand that it's kinda fine. Alright, invoke Despair. No, oh, that's good. And moment we start doing those sweet cards, man. I draw from this one so I can activate the pilot faster. Third, Bankbuster. Are you serious right now? Are you absolutely serious? I will give him something to target at the end step, because I will get my forest, alright? Yep, he will die. It's fine. Vorinclex always dies, but it gives me forests. That's his only world. When I can carve out, man. Suddenly, The gameplay... Like, look at this. Those 2 lands means I can draw extra cards on the next turn. Like, it's no joke. And when I can start drawing those cards, like, we will get super ahead. It's not worth it. So we use 4 mana to draw cards with Bankbusters, which means that we can play another one. They don't have farewell, so we can play much more aggressive. I could attack on this turn, it's not worth it, I fear. I prefer to play at the end step. So this will probably die. If he doesn't play anything, it probably means full hand of removal, and we absolutely don't mind it, because at some point, you know what? Emperor is pretty good one. I wanted to draw more cards, but you know, in this situation I don't need to. And I can just start filling the board, so it's harder for him. Like, this makes so much mess and makes all of their Invoke Despairs really bad. I mean, we won't go into Blast Zone. And Vorinclex is probably for the next turn. They don't have a good sweeper except Battle of Fiora, and I honestly don't think they play it. So we'll draw double cards, and we will crew with this, so we basically still get the pilot, right? Just in a different version. And I think now will be the sweeping duty. This is the best turn. If he had some sweeper against artifacts, like, they don't play it really, but yeah. Against creatures, fine, but our creatures are, like, you know, recurring. We can make them basically every turn for free, so it keeps him alive, but it doesn't really change anything. Yeah, let's go. And Elspeth, creating those crazy soldiers. Do we have any cool permanents? I mean, let's go for Vorinclex because it's fun. And, you know, I want those forests, man. Every one of the forest belongs to me. Alright, we draw 1 card, we crew the Bankbuster with this one. Or maybe this one. You know, some Emperor habits right there. And I mean, I don't see a way he goes out of this. Like, Invoke Despair hits what? Token, 1 card, and Planeswalker, and we hit him for at least 8. Cool. Can we do any cool stuff? Not really. So we'll just do what we said. And when his best card in the deck is just meh, you know that you probably have won the game. And we can start activating other Bankbusters, which is even more glorious. Oh, Vorak. Phyrexian Borbis driving a Bankbuster. That should be neat. Let's play. You guys want it, don't you? You know what? We'll make a cool trick. Just to not waste all of the time. Alright, you get your stuff. I know you wanted the Vorinclex Saga, which will die to Invoke Despair and will miss everything. I knew it. Oh, it's fine. That's exactly what we wanted. But if there's no Invoke Despair, man, it can still be epic. Let's attack him for 10. You know, to kill him in between. It's not like we could win the game on this turn, right? But where's the fun in this when we can do a grand evolution? Charlotte? Psst. Man, we just need a trample creature. Alright, tail swipe. Oh, this is Obliterator deck. Oh, that's interesting. You can see that they're taking the thing. Oh, did I do it in time? I think I did. Alright, so they will get some life, it does not matter. The point is that we will get our creature and we'll get our win. One way or another. Oh no, I need to skip all the phases, but I'm not losing this one. We create a creature at flash speed. Now I crew my Buster. And now I draw my card for the turn. Oh, it will be glorious. 7 counters. Now you can say that the Grand Evolution has won us this game. Like, it did, right? The fact that we had removal for sure that Does not matter, but look at this, a flying, fully evolved Bankbuster hitting our opponent's face. I should probably Fateful Absence so he knew, but I think it's more epic. See? Grand Evolution. Meta. Absolutely. Alright, this will be very interesting game so far. Alright, let's start with this one. So, we are going first, so I think we can wait until Sunfall. Fateful Absence into Sunfall can be enough for a lot of matchups. Nissa is a dead card for a long time, but maybe we'll get to the point where we can use her. And so far our friend is just not here, or maybe here. Alright, he's here. Good. Very nice. We appreciate being here. Alright, so we'll see if there's something to Fateful Absence. I will give you a tip. You will play land here. It will be in this place. Here you go. Alright. Alright, so far pretty rough. Let's go with the Sands. I could go for the Blast Zone, but at this stage of the game I really don't want to Stone Ray myself. Especially that it basically costs you the full turn, so it's easier to ramp into Nissa and just, I don't know, answer the next one. Are you absolutely serious? Main decking Duress. Alright. That was great that we drew Nissa at early game. So honestly it's probably Emperor. Like, Nissa is scary, but Emperor is like something that can actually come into battlefield on the next turn. Alright, I can understand this choice. Not sure if that's the right one, though. It all depends what he has as well, right? So, drawing cards, not invoke on the next turn, so at least there will be partially some leftovers from the Emperor. We are not drawing what we need, that's for sure, and he also just stole the best card. And also he keeps drawing Bankbusters. We also have them in the deck, but I mean, not here. Absolutely not here. That's interesting. It seems like he wants to draw with the Bankbuster, but maybe he has Black Addict or something like this. I would expect Addict. We cannot get it back because it's legendary. Took me a while, but I learned it. Target non-legendary cards. So, let's create more stuff and start at least a little pressuring. It's interesting, he played another Bankbuster knowing we have a Blast Zone, and honestly, I don't have good plays for this turn. Bro, he's taking forever on those plays. Like, what are you supposed to? You either kill this, play Addict on the Emperor, or draw a card. That's it. There's nothing to... Bro, I don't want to be this guy, but there's definitely not enough decisions for such a slow play. So we will play the Blast Zone. Yay, a removal. Cool. Incredible. Absolutely marvelous. So we play the Blast Zone because we don't have any kind of good plays, we don't have any Shigeki value, I don't want to play it. And here we are. However, well, it seems really good for him, right? He loses all the Bankbusters for this play. There was priority, but he played the land. Yeah, like, man, what happened on the other side? I feel there was some drama inside. So what we are doing is put the counter on Blast Zone. I think he didn't see it coming until it was too late. We play 2 mana, we Blast Zone for 2, then we play land, and we main phase invest 3 mana to get rid of all of his card advantage. Imagine having this value matchup, Bankbuster, Invoke Despair, Duress, and still scooping on turn 5. I mean, yep. Alright, we are going first. That will be an interesting hand, let's say, because we basically have Painland, and like I guess this can be green source, like without the pain. Let's go for it. I have double Shigeki, we are against maybe control deck, right? So we kinda want the ramp. I like Vorak, but I like ramping even more, and don't forget, Shigeki puts stuff into graveyard, so Conduit of Words will be much better at some point. Alright, I mean, I'm not surprised he's not doing anything. We can go for this one, and the fact that we dumped 3 lands in a row is actually pretty good, man. Our next draws wouldn't be extremely hot. Oh, right. That's a thing. Alright, we have plays. he's stuck a little bit. And we don't... Okay, we'll play it next turn. And this can be crowed. So I don't want to be hit by Make Disappear, right? And I mean, let's go for Vorak. If you want to counter it, enjoy. Like, it's fine. It's fine. I hope that when he finally gets the land... Oh my god! Alright, alright. I did not expect this play. I'll give him that. So now he has another one. If he discarded a counter spell as a first card, which is extremely good in this matchup, it means that he has a lot of those. Let's draw maybe a land. I wish I hit a land right now. I'm not good at magic, man. Alright, so let's hit some more counter spells. If he doesn't have lands, it means his full hand is like counter spells, which would lose to every deck except ours. But we still have a fair shot at this, right? Like, we probably won those Shigekis. I mean, we have the loop, but it will be hard to do. Let's try one. Because now it is a hard counter spell, and that's, you know, kinda big deal. Alright. I hope you have a way to remove it. If you have Spell Pierce, I will literally rage quit. Alright. So we cannot use it on this turn, but honestly I did not expect I would get the occasion to use it. So that's why we play a bit reversed, because now we can start getting the sweet value from the graveyard. Vorak? Go. Conduit of Words. New meta. I will pay. I still can use Mirex, which is kinda hilarious. And I mean, we will definitely have a lot of lands this game, man. I mean a lot of lands. And we don't need to do anything. Now, until he answers Conduit, like, we can create a creature every single turn. And if you want to go up to 4 counters, man, it will take a while. He can go to 2 to kill Bankbuster, but we will be able to basically draw all of the cards. And he would need to Stone Rain himself, that's really bad for him. Sorcerer, right? Yep. I mean, imagine, like, this is the kind of hand he kept. Interesting one. Mirex? Yeah, I like having pressure on board. So he can blow my Bankbuster and I don't get the cards, but I don't think he really wants to use it. Let's play land for the turn for free. It feels really cool. Alright. What would you say for a Planeswalker? Because Planeswalker is extremely annoying. He literally put all of the counter spells in one. You can do it. Nobody will forbid. So I cannot use this one anymore. I can use Mirex and I can just screw the Bankbuster because I know nothing will happen. So I want to be aggressive right now. I don't like, he seems to have something. It might be White March, but I will pressure him. If he exiles something, it's basically 2 cards from his hand and I still have the Conduit. And he probably wants to march the Conduit. Man, he needs Farewell like desperately and we still have some nice value in the hand. Alright. Oh my god, I forgot. I knew I had something. I knew I have something. Alright, we played all the lands from the graveyard. We have no permanents. So let's just attack and see what happens. Bro, he's definitely like having some hyperactivity right there. Alright, 11. 11. We can kill the Blazon with Boseiju, which is absolutely hilarious. I have no permanents, man. I will draw 1 card just to see if I get better plays. Seems like a better play for me. We probably won't crack the battle at this point because our plan is just to kill him. But we still get the card. Or 2. I will keep the Boseiju because I feel that he might have some plan. Like, if he goes up to 4 on Conduit, I think I just kill the Blast Zone. He gets the value, but I can cast Boseiju from my graveyard or play, and I will still get the land. So all he gets is nothing, right? Told you. So this will be exiled. An opponent controls, unfortunately, so we cannot deal with it. But it's fine. It was just our side thing, you know, and we already used the full value for it. So I'm not killing it. He's playing 2 colors, so it means he has enough basics. Alright, and now we can finally not forget about the Mirex, and we are dealing 5 damage a turn. And at some point he needs to do something about it. Man, we could crack the battle. That would force a farewell. But then we don't have good plays, so let's just keep attacking. And I'm cracking the Bankbuster. Probably. I mean, he could activate the Blast Zone, but it's not worth it, man. Like, he needs mana more than anything, but it's funny. He's behind in mana and behind in cards in the hand. Sure. And the fun part is that we don't really care about his cards because we can just get everything back with Shigeki. It's unfortunate he exiles everything so far. Like, come on. But it's still... Oh, wrong decision, my friend. So this will be farewell, because the reason he didn't do it... I should do it at the upkeep. Even with all the counter spells, I think it was worth it. Now he will draw a card. Probably. Yeah, he will. But maybe, like, he has counter spells, so not sure. Alright, after consideration, he needs to farewell on this turn, so I should do it at the upkeep. Because even if he counters, he then cannot sweep, so he cannot really counter it. And the play suggested that he didn't want to invest in the board because there's a sweeper, right? But it's not a good sweeper. It's actually a sweeper that will lose him the game. So he needs another thing. He needs instant speed removal. Because we'll do this. First, we go for the treasure. Yep, and now we create a Mirex, and now we attack for 5. So yeah, that was the game.